I'm talking about Staples Center, where it's time to come on inside as FSN West is proud to present the NBA and the Los Angeles Lakers, where tonight the Toronto Raptors invade to take on the purple and gold. Chris Bosh, as we mentioned, he is long, he is athletic, he is fun to watch. The Red Rocket is in the middle, Matt Bonner. And the whispers of the demise of Jalen Rose were a little bit premature. He has been playing excellent basketball as of late. And Stu, Sam Mitchell, 11 years in the NBA and now second season as the head man in Toronto.
Yeah, it's nice to see Sam finally get that head coaching job. As you mentioned, he's played in the league for 13 years, and you knew that he was going to make a good head coach.
Sam was someone who studied the game as a player also. How about the Lakers starting lineup? Remember, Devin George started the other night. Kwame Brown is back in the lineup. Then it's the usual suspects from there on in. Odom, Nim, Kobe, and Smush Parker. And once again, at the helm is Phil Jackson. And I'm just wondering, you know, how Phil got these guys together the last couple of days after the disappointment, not only of Sacramento, but then that reality check, as I mentioned, over Phoenix.
Well, I think more than anything, it was the disappointment of Sacramento that he had to, you know, address the team about. Hopefully they learned from that, because that was a game in which they had the game in their back pocket and just took it out and gave it to the Kings. So you learn from your mistakes. Hopefully, let's see what the Lakers can do.
And Stu, the Lakers start tonight 21-19, third in the division, 5.5 back of Phoenix. The Clippers won here this afternoon, so a game and a half behind them. Here's Mike James starting the Raptors in their visiting red uniforms. Here's Chris Bosh, and he can hit from there with regularity. He's got the whole game. Bonner, going to be short rebound taken by Lamar Odom.
And that is Bonner's game right there. Just sit around, get your spot on the floor, and wait for someone to give it to you. He normally knocks down a high percentage.
In fact, the other night in their win at Seattle, they shot 22 threes, made 11. Bonner is not shy. Odom going one-on-one with Bosh. They are very similar, rather, with Jalen Rose out on top. Smushes three, no good, and Bosh up the ladder. He almost averages 10 rebounds a game.
Again, now, if they're going to play Jalen Rose on Lamar Odom, I mean, you run your offense, but you end up with Lamar on the box so that he can take advantage of it.
James, started by Smush, now to Jalen Rose. Rose goes around the pick by Bonner, looks down low, bad pass, taken by Parker. And he'll take it to the end and push it home. 2-0.
Well, Smush with a steal and an easy duke. Leaders in that department as far as stealing is concerned.
And of course, Smush has found a home here in Los Angeles and one of the better on-ball defenders. You know, this is the halfway point of the season, and we'll talk about where the Lakers are right now. You know, remember at the beginning of the year, Stu, they said check back with us in January or February, and we'll know what kind of a basketball team we have.
And you know, it's a good point to make right now too, because we are at that January, February mark. And they can really pretty much tell in some degrees, but there are others that they have to still question their ability to close out games that they haven't been able to do on a consistent basis.
Mo Peterson out of Michigan State, his 6th year, and he's another three-point threat that the Raptors have, and it's 2-2. Parker, down the middle he goes. Good pass to Brown, put it up and missed, but Kwame going to the hole strong, and that's what he has to do.
And nice job by Smush Parker breaking the defense down off the dribble. That always gets the bigs happy, and Kwame had his hands ready, and Smush says, here, wait till your man comes to me, and then you attack. And now all of a sudden, it's Kwame shooting two.
Misses his first free throw. Not a surprise. He's a 50%er on the year. And, you know, speaking of the halfway mark, I don't know if we still don't know what we've got with Kwame Brown here in Los Angeles. Some days he'll dazzle, and other days he'll disappear.
Well, again, consistency is the mark by which all coaches like to measure their team and their players. And when you can just rely on players to do certain things, it makes it a lot easier.
Peterson forced by Kobe to pass to James. Now to the post and 5. Started by Min. He's isolated near side, goes for the one-bounce dribble, kicks it outside to James. He's beyond the arc. He hesitates. I'll take that, and that's nothing but net from 3.
And, you know, and he had a stretch earlier this season, he being James, where he had, I think, 3 consecutive 30-point games.
Kobe reverse layup to score. So at the other end, Kobe answers right back.
Well, I can see you allowing one of your other players to get that kind of penetration, but nobody seemed to come over and want to help when Kobe is leading scorer in the league, and you leave him out there by himself.
You see what you get with the Raptors, Stu. Another 3 as Peterson knocks it down. He's over 40% on the year from beyond the arc. 8-5 Raptors. And we got a whistle.
Well, Kobe's last basket just very, very easy. I mean, just goes right around Peterson. And, you know, when he gets around the basket, he's so creative. That's just nothing for him. That's a routine layup for Kobe Bryant.
Foul on Bonner. Lakers ball inbounds. They're down 8-5. We're just getting going. Bill McDonald here in for Joel. Alongside Kobe. Another tough shot, and he's got 4.
This turn looks like it's going to turn out to be somewhat of a shootout, but if the Lakers are smart, they won't want to get into that kind of a pace. Just go ahead and play, get your defense in order. Your offense should take care of itself.
Interesting, the first time these two teams met, Kobe had a season-low 11 points. Here's Bonner from the corner, and he knocks it down, so a high percentage early for the Raptors.
Driving and kicking, that's what they're doing. You mentioned a high percentage to both teams. The Lakers 75% and the Raptors at 80.
You know, lost in that late game as Kobe shoots and misses. Lost in the mismanagement of game time were the two great games by Lamar, making shots late in the contest against Miami and then against Sacramento as Lamar had the ball a month ago. Now here's Bob's baseline cutoff to Bonner in trouble.
3 seconds.
We got 3 seconds on Bosch away from the basketball.
You know, he got pushed out of bounds, but he was still within the lane area. And even though you're out of bounds, you got to get out of that lane. That lane just keeps going, and he just camped out there and got caught.
Kobe. Over to Smith Parker. Averages 11 points a game. Underneath, away from his man. Misses layup. Think gets bumped out of bounds hard. And a foul going to be called on Toronto.
I like the bounce back by Smush. What I mean by the bounce back, he missed the shot, but as soon as his feet hit the ground, he bounced right back up to get his own miss and then got fouled in the process.
Smush, obviously one of the great stories of the year. Bonner is going to be replaced by Charlie Villanueva. CV, as they call him, out of UConn. He wears number 31. Pick number 7 overall that was ridiculed, but he's turned out to be pretty good. Oh, look at Smush all the way around the defense to score.
Well, he ran that pick and roll to perfection. They didn't commit on the screen, so he just kept turning the corner and gets the layup.
How about turnabout fair play? Lakers have been burned enough by pick and roll. Why not? Turn it on somebody else. Jalen, now to the corner. James, deep corner, and drives it home.
Well, he's made 2 for 2 from that distance now. I would think the Lakers better stay at home with him and not let him think that he's going to have a big night.
Raptors made 5 in a row. They're up 13-9 early going. Smush been active here in the first 5 minutes. Kobe drives the lane, big step, throws it up, miss, rebound, Min keeps it alive. Bosch has a chance for the break. Toronto loves to run in transition. Great pass, throws under to Villanueva. Can't score. Lamar was there to force the shot.
Nice job by Lamar. Got his hand on the ball and without committing the foul.
At the other end, shot missed by Parker. And this could be an up-tempo game, Stu, because Toronto does like to get out and score the basketball. Villanueva, physical move, bump, turn, little jump hook to score.
The bump is what creates the space. All players have to learn how to create space on the box, especially. You get that contact, the defender falls back a little bit, you've got the space you need.
I don't think a lot of the crowd here understands that Toronto, pretty good basketball team. They started 0-9, 1-15, but have really turned things around. Mim high post, looked to Kobe, couldn't get it to him. Pretty good defense by Rose. Shot clock to 1. Kobe to beat the buzzer, not going to get there. Kept alive by Mim. Bosch saves it. Midcourt goes right to Rose.
That's good hustle by Bosch. Very nice.
Oh, great in the cut, and Villanueva slams it home, but another wonderful feed by Jalen Rose.
Well, again, the Lakers don't want to get caught up in any kind of ragtag game. Right now, the Raptors are doing a good job of changing their defense. They're back into the zone.
Lamar misses. Mim with the foul to score. And, Stu, that's a good point because Toronto plays as much zone as anybody in the league.
Well, you know, I don't mind seeing a lot of zone, especially when you change up. You have players that, like a Kobe Bryant, where he gets going and you have to show him different looks.
That is smooth. He is long, he is athletic, and Bosch scores again. As I mentioned, if he's not an all-star this year, and there's so many good players around, of course, he will be soon.
Yeah, and you remember when the Lakers were shooting 75%? Well, that's gone.
Not anymore. Rebound offensively. Kwame Brown's right there. All he had to do was turn, go to the basket. Now he does a little late, and it's blocked. Kwame looking at the official barking, didn't get the call, and it's back out to Smush.
Well, if you don't get the call, you just have to continue to play.
Mim tries to go strong, knocked from behind, and here comes Villanueva 3-on-2. Kobe misses the steal. CV all the way to score. Oh, and the Lakers are struggling early. 6 for Villanueva off the bench.
And Phil Jackson wants a timeout, and it's well-deserved. He needs the timeout. The Lakers coming out of the gate flat as a pancake, and this is what you did not want to happen here on your home court. Those Toronto Raptors in the last 3 minutes gone on an 11-2 run to open up a 10-point advantage. So if the Lakers were anywhere worried about what they had to do to win, well, they know exactly what they do have to do now to get back in the game.